Last month, Dr. Anderson presented on our Start Strong state standardized assessments. This new statewide assessment is known as Start Strong. It was administered in the fall of 2021. Our last state standardized test scores are from spring 2019. NJSLA 2020-2021 was canceled. Dr. Anderson reported out on the fall 2021 Start Strong assessments at our January Board of Education meeting. Each grade level and content area test specifies a score range from strong support needed to some support needed to less support needed. And our remediation and planning of program is based on this data. Even with enrichment and summer remedial options, it's hard to evaluate the impact of the pandemic on learning loss, since no regular state assessment tests have been given since 2019. Start Strong has no comparative data from the outside, unfortunately. Traditionally, we have had outside comparative data with like districts. Even though I believe that Start Strong results are fairly reflective of national and state trends observed and studied throughout the pandemic, that students need more support in math than in reading or language arts literacy, that younger students need more support than older students, and opportunity and achievement gaps for our historically underserved students have persisted. I do believe that our only comparative data exists with and between ourselves. Analyzing a growth model on like assessments from within our district is the goal, but will be very tough. I bring that up because we posted it to the website to kind of give an idea, because it's not like our traditional standardized tests that we're all used to and the way they score it in years past. Valentine's Day cards for heroes. As part of Congressman Kim's annual Valentine collaboration with a local school district, BRIC students created Valentine's Day cards and messages for our veteran heroes. Mr. Jerome Townsend, a representative from Andy Kim's office, stopped by Veterans Memorial Elementary School last Friday, February 11th, to thank the students and the school community for their Valentine contributions. Mr. Townsend was welcomed by a group of students, teachers, and administrators. I'd like to thank Congressman Andy Kim for sponsoring this Valentine's for Veterans project, which gave our students an opportunity to express their heartfelt appreciation to our local heroes. Patriotism is a core value of this BRIC community. In fact, 2 of our 12 schools are named in honor of veterans, and we're honored that the Congressman to deliver these Valentines to local VFW and American Legion posts. Mr. Townsend left with a bin overflowing with very nice messages of thanks and goodwill, and thank you for Dr. Anderson for facilitating this. We did it last year, I think, for hospital employees over at BRIC Hospital, so thank you. Budget process, it's that time of year again where we prepare for next year's school district budget for the 2022-2023 school year. We've started this process already with our program managers and administration. As I've continually said, our budget's kind of simple in that we don't have much control over revenue sources. Our standard revenue can only go up $2 million, which is the 2% tax levy cap on our existing tax levy. And we also have another year of state aid loss of $5 million due to S2. So before the budget process even starts, as our principals know, we're kind of behind the ball already with that. Governor's mask mandate, and I'm sure some good news that everybody would like to hear. As you may have heard already, the governor has lifted his mask mandate for schools effective Monday, March 7th, 2022. In the governor's message last week, he stated that the mask mandate would be lifted on March 7th due to the dramatic decline in cases, transmission rates, and hospitalizations, as well as an increase in vaccination rates. He continued to say that these predictive indicators show the number will continue to trend in these directions. The governor further stated, and I quote, "This is a huge step back to normalcy for our kids." He went on to further say, "We have to learn how to live with COVID as we move from a pandemic to the endemic phase of this virus." This is the first time I recall that the governor ever used the term endemic. Additionally, Ocean County is currently in moderate risk. I think that's the orange, yellow of the COVID-19 activity level report. It was red, orange, yellow. from the Department of Health, and it's our hope that the county, actually I got some pretty optimistic statements today in our county roundtable with the County Department of Health, the county superintendent, as well as someone from the state, that we're hoping it goes to green, which is low risk, very shortly. Some are predicting next week. These are positive signs, which gives me a lot of optimism. And a line I like to use now, as Dr. Anderson has stated it before, it's now time to lead out of the endemic. And I'm going to start using that word a lot more and more, because it's almost like you could see the light at the end of the tunnel, I hope. We have not received any formal guidance, though, from the governor's office or the New Jersey Department of Education at this point regarding the lifting of the mask mandate. It's anticipated that the New Jersey Department of Health, as well as our local county Department of Health, will release guidance that incorporates new quarantining protocols aligned with this change. However, barring any last-minute change, Brick Schools anticipates transitioning to mask optional for students and staff on Monday, March 7th, 2022. It's so important that we continue to practice tolerance and consideration for others as we implement this new change. Additionally, it's essential that we all work together with understanding and empathy to promote an environment where everyone can feel comfortable with their choice as we move forward with this change. I think that's some good news. You heard before the students talk about Radium Girls, the play at Brick Memorial. Last week, my wife and I had the opportunity to see it. Great job. Congratulations to the cast and crew of the Brick Memorial Drama Club on this. It was very impactful. I know Dr. Anderson was actually a little teary-eyed afterward. It got to her. I actually watched the movie on Netflix. It's a little different from the play, Radium Girls. It's a true story from the 1920s about U.S. radium right here in New Jersey. Pretty neat how a few young women can make a difference in the lives of so many others. But that play was fantastic. Made an impact on myself as well. Tomorrow night, our community will be united when the high school guidance department from both high schools join together to facilitate Brick and Beyond. This year, Brick Memorial is hosting this college and career planning event for our students and their families. There'll be over 125 representatives coming to this event, some 60 colleges, vocational schools, career schools, along with job offerings from Great Adventure, Lakewood Blue Claws, Jenkinson's, Brick Beach and Recreation, Casino Pier, New Jersey Swim, and many, many more are being added every day. Teachers, advisors, and representatives from both high schools will be there to promote their clubs, organizations, and associations. Refreshments are also provided by local businesses, so you're all welcome to come tomorrow night. I believe it starts at 6:30 or 6? 6 anyway? Mr. Parisi? I think it's 6 o'clock tomorrow night at Brick. 5 to 7. So it starts at 5 p.m. tomorrow night at Brick Memorial High School. On March 3rd, the entire community will be united again at Brick Township High School for the annual District Arts Festival. This event will highlight our fine and performing arts programs, grades K to 12. It'll be great to attend both these in-person events, as I think it's a clear sign we're on our way back. This was one of the first events I attended. I believe I was only on the job 2 weeks before the pandemic hit. But I remember going to the District Arts Festival and meeting so many people with Ms. McNamara, and it really is a cool event in person. So they did a great job the last year with the online electronic portfolio. If you didn't see, we posted that to the website, and I'm told we're going to continue to post that after this, but I do recommend you going in person and seeing such amazing talent from our kids in person, whether it's the dancing, the performing, or the actual arts that are posted there. Lastly, as we approach President's Day, I'm reminding of the words of John F. Kennedy: every accomplishment begins with a decision to try. What we've accomplished as a team during this time of unprecedented challenge and struggle has become a hallmark for educational facilities, educators, students, parents, and all the community as a whole to weather the storm of this pandemic and reset our sails as we transition to an endemic and all which that will require as we move forward. We're still and always Brick strong. Thank you.